Measure out 1 cup of black eyed peas. And we'll soak it for a few hours. Next, I'll prep these simple ingredients: carrot, 4 scallions, thyme, 1 celery stalk, half of a large onion, hot pepper, garlic, and 1 bell pepper. Well, that's equivalent to 1 bell pepper. Next, cut the beef into cubes or the chicken into smaller pieces. Cut it as large or as small as you like. Next, we'll season Leo. Season with salt, black pepper, about a half teaspoon, and this is about 2 pounds, 4 ounces of meat, and about half cup of green seasoning. And chop pimento if you have. If you don't have, leave it out. Chop pimento, optional. And half of the onion. And marinate for a minimum of 30 minutes. Large pot over high heat to bring it to temperature. Around the same time or before, place your beans in the pressure cooker. You can do this in advance, definitely, to save stress. You'll place it for 10 minutes. You can do, let's see, beans, 10. We'll start with 10 minutes. Add about 2 tablespoons of oil to the pot. Next, I'll add about 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. Add more if you like it darker. Allow it to bubble, froth, expand, and darken. And you want to add it to a hot pot so it does its thing much quicker. It will take a couple of minutes, so be patient. If it's smoking, reduce the heat to low. For the Guyanese cook-up rice, they use browning instead of brown sugar, but Trinidadians, we tend to brown the sugar from scratch. And the cook-up rice as well, they use cassareep for the color. So this can go either way, and you may be wondering why I'm not cooking this in a pressure cooker. Well, when you cook meat in a pot, it's a much more developed and better flavor than cooking it in the pressure cooker. We want this to be as delicious as we can make it. We're trying to get the maximum flavor out of the minimum amount of ingredients. We don't want to make this too complicated. It's Old Year's Day, and we've had enough cooking for the year. So you see it's bubbled, froth, expanded, and it's beginning to darken in the middle. You want to turn the pan a little bit so that the sides will brown as well. And now is a good time to add your meat in. Smoking is normal. Raise the heat to high. And stir it well to coat it with the browning. smells amazing already. Raising the heat to high because the pot has gone down to a very low temperature because of the temperature of the meat. So we want to raise the temperature. And this on the spoon is quite normal. It will disappear during the cooking process. So then we'll cook this low and slow until it's like 70% cooked, and then we'll proceed. At this point you can also transfer it to your pressure cooker if your meat is hard or tough, to expedite the cooking. But this is just a small amount, and I know ribeye cooks very quickly, so I'm going to leave it in the pot. And if you're cooking chicken instead of beef as well, and this recipe is flexible, that you can add beef, you could cook chicken or even pigtails. Ensure that the meat is about 70%, 75% cooked before you proceed. We'll check on the black eyed peas, see if it's cooked. Yes, it's cooked. Soft. 11 minutes. Perfect. Next, I'll strain it just to get an idea of how much liquid I have to include that on the recipe for you. Next, I'll add in the coconut milk in here. I want this coconut milk that has solidified to melt with the heat of this hot liquid. I could place it back in for a minute. We'll need about 4 or 5 cups of liquid. It's been 20 minutes. It's beginning to stick. I forgot to mention that I added the thyme in there early on. It's pretty amazing. This is what you call stewed beef, and you could eat this with rice and stewed beans right now. It's absolutely perfect. But we're going to go a step further, and we're going to add in the rice. We're going to make pilau, or cook up rice. Next, I'll add in 2.5 cups of parboiled rice, which has been rinsed several times. This is what Trinidadians refer to as brown rice incorrectly. This is not brown rice. It is color brown. Does not have the same nutritional what? Something like that. And next I'll add in the veggies. We have the bell pepper, carrots, celery, 4 scallions, lots of garlic, and the remainder of the onion. And I'll add in the black eyed peas, which I have drained. You can add all of it, or I'm just going to add about 2 cups. Then we'll stir well to combine. We'll stir it well, make sure it's not sticking at the bottom, nothing's burning. In a minute I'll decide whether to add the rest of the black eyed peas. I want a good balanced ratio of ingredients. And I've cut down on the amount of rice because I don't want leftovers for the whole week. Sometimes when we cook soup or pilau, we just make too much and it ends up wasting. So this has a lovely color, pretty amazing. We'll be removing the thyme sprigs in a second. I am going to add in, let's see the ratio of beans in there. Alright, it's old years, so I'm going to add the rest of the beans. I could have boiled and fried that, but let's give it a stir. Smells amazing, it's colorful, it's very healthy. All natural ingredients. Stir it for a minute or two to develop some flavors at the bottom there. Make sure it's not sticking. Knock out your spoon. Here's a reason. It's not to annoy you. It's to make sure that the rice grains are all in the pot. And later on you don't want it to fall in the pot and it won't cook along with the others. Now I'm going to add 5 cups of liquid. This is the liquid from the black eyed peas, the coconut milk, and I added 1 cup of water to make 5 cups of water. You can control how soft you want this rice, whether you want it very soft, medium, or grainy. If you want it grainy, you only add enough water to the top. If you want it very soft, you add maybe about 6 cups of water. Add a pepper in there, keep it whole if you don't want the spice. We'll bring it to temperature, raise the heat to high, bring it to a boil. Then we'll cover, reduce the heat to low, and cook for about 20 to 30 minutes until we have our desired texture for the rice. Very soft, medium, or grainy. Taste and add salt at this point. I'll add 1 more teaspoon of salt. I've removed most of the thyme sprigs. Taste it again. Also add black pepper. Now that it has come to a boil, I'm going to cover, lower the heat, and cook for about 20 minutes or until the rice is the texture that I like. And I've moved it to the smallest burner. And here it is. It's been cooking for 30 minutes and it's absolutely perfect. It's not too grainy, it's not too soft. You can still see the outline of the grains. It smells delicious, has the perfect amount of salt. I did add a little more sprinkle of salt earlier on, and it's amazing. And it's going to bring us lots of good luck in the new year with this black eyed peas. So delicious. I hope you give this a try. Remove the pepper. Plate, serve with coleslaw, avocado if you wish, and a salad, and/or a salad if you wish. If you wanted it grainy, you could have added less water. I did stir it every 10 minutes or so to get this texture, and that's it. Time to eat. Happy New Year. Let me taste it for you. A little piece of meat, black eyed peas. Blow. Yummy. The beef is so tender. Just the right flavors of everything, coconut, seasonings. And there aren't too many veggies to scare the kids away. Delicious.